All right, cool beans. It's Derby Day, so actually, instead of watching the race, I came in here to mess around with a lithium battery and a DC charger, and what else are we doing? Well, we're pulling the wires through to make it sort of hidden. So I'm going to put it. I'm going to check you out here. I'll change the camera around. Okay, so hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. This is the bathroom sink. And what I've done is to drill a small hole, it's about an inch and a bit, through the fascia, which was actually just this little Formica sheet. There was nothing to it, wasn't wood or anything. Obviously avoiding the lines that go to this outlet and to our tank and generator and things like that, water pump and so on. So I actually drilled it from the other side, which I'm going to show you in a second, so that I didn't do anything crazy through the wall, but I could see there were no wires there to worry about. So this is going to be the cabinet that it's in. I've actually got some vents here as well. I'm going to monitor the temperature just to see if it gets hot. Then I will add a little fan and extract the air and keep it flowing. So this side is the converter. It's got all the electrics here. I've turned everything off for safety. I've even disconnected the batteries as well just to make sure everything doesn't have a charge. And so what I did was to pull out this whole panel here was actually just 6 screws on the sides here. And I pulled this whole panel out, which revealed the back of this cabinet, which isn't that big, and it reveals the hole. And then I pulled 2 ACs and 2 DCs, negative and positive wires through a non-used hole through the DC side of this. So this is going to enable me to kind of hide all the wires and keep everything nice and tidy looking. And then my idea is here to get our inverter and actually hide it behind this TV. And then I'm going to run the AC up through this cabinet and along the coach in the cabinets behind the bathroom and into the living room, and that should keep it pretty tidy. So I'm probably going to replace this inverter with a bigger one, but should be able to run with the lithium battery and off the DC charger. So it's actually in addition to, it's not replacing the coach batteries, it's in addition to, so that the generator will charge the lithium as well as the alternator. So it's coming basically off the converter here on the DC side. So whatever charges this converter will also charge what's attached to it. Probably going to add some solar and some and maybe even a wind generator, because we always have a breeze here. I'm not quite sure yet, but this is just to show you that you can actually work on these if you can find where the wires can go or should go, or to upgrade your system. So I haven't quite decided what way we're going to wire this up yet. Whether we'll have the DC charger on the inside here, inside on this side, or whether it's actually going to be over here. I'm probably leaning towards inside, as long as it's got a good enough fan to circulate the air. So I'm going to put all this back together again and leave these wires out so that I can work with them and hook it all up. The DC line, battery positive, battery negative, is right there. So that might be a good spot for us to pull the DC off and put it onto the DC charger that will charge the lithium battery. And it would also, with a fuse, it's 120 amp fuse here as well, and a backstop, so that there wouldn't be any reverse charge going back there to hurt the existing coach batteries, lead batteries. And so in other words, they'll be kind of isolated from each other and should be able to talk to each other easily. Okay, hope this is helpful. If it isn't, post a comment and a question below and maybe I can answer it for you. Oh, the lithium battery that we're putting in, before I go, it's a 300 amp hour 12 volt, which needs a 14.6 volt to charge it fully. So that's why I'm using a step-up charger. It's actually not too bad. It's a 30 amp. I'd like to have more amps, but 30 amp will charge it, especially if we're going to add a solar panel. Okay, cool beans. So, okay, I can hardly end this video, right? So we're not going to run the coach off of this battery. We're actually just going to plug some things into the inverter, like charge our phones at nighttime. This is the bedroom area. That's why we're keeping it here. We've got a TV. We'll probably run that off of here as well, off this inverter. So going to keep the inverter in here and then run an AC line up through all this cabinetry. And then put it onto one of the outlets out there, and it'll be a separate outlet from the coach outlets. So we'll be able to, you know, charge our phones out there, run some things, maybe run an ice maker, you know, things that we can run off of the lithium battery. Okay, cool beans. All right, we must be RV cuckoo, because we must be cuckoo for doing this, right? Okay, follow us, subscribe. We'd love to hear from you. Give us some comments, because we're not sure we know what we're doing. All right, later.